What's going on, PE 578? 578. This is Zachary Perez, and this is my Understanding Yourself, Your Athletes, Students, and Clients video response for this week. So I'll jump right in. The first question asks, how does your personality promote your self-confidence? I think I'm a pretty high energy and optimistic person. I'm someone who's optimistic about what each individual in a team setting has to provide. And, I think from a coaching aspect, I'm always someone who likes to remind athletes of the good things that they're doing before, you go on and criticize them or teach them, something that they think they've done wrong. So kind of just letting them know, they're making steps and they're doing certain things right before making those adjustments that they need to, implement strategically. And I think, this kind of contributes to my confidence in terms of being around people because I feel like, energy and optimism is somewhat contagious. So the ability to, spread that within others is big time. The second question is identify several reasons why an understanding of a participant or client would be useful to you as a sport science professional. Um, I'm sorry, wrong question. How does your personality deter from your self confidence? I'm big on first impressions, and I think everyone wants to make a good first impression, whether it's with a coaching staff, as a player, or whatever it may be. Meeting other family members or meeting someone in a relationship. First impressions are always big time. So sometimes I think I worry about too much what the other side kind of is thinking about me, and that kind of tends me to be somewhat shy, and I think that kind of takes away from that self-confidence and that energy and the optimism that I normally present. So I think that's something that I can definitely work on, and just be me, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, then uh, life still goes on. The third question, which is the one I just asked, is basically knowing your players and their personality is huge because everyone's different, everyone's personality is different, and that leads everyone to respond to criticism or whatever it may be differently. So we can't necessarily treat everyone the same or challenge them the same. So understanding those different forms of communication um, are pretty important. I realized this in my first year of coaching. We had a player wasn't doing his drill right. I kind of got into him a little bit, and not really understanding his personality, he shut down the rest of the practice. So that's something that I don't want as a coach, and I'm sure he didn't want as a player. But just understanding those aspects, and realizing that everyone's different, we can't challenge them the same way, is something that I need to be better at, and I think I've progressively understood that. What components of your personality do you find to be relatively stable traits? Um, after doing those tests and this discussions these week, I think my ability to remain calm under tense situations is extremely important, and that's both in coaching and teaching, and other situations that come about in life. I think having a calm demeanor is also contagious. You don't want people to be freaked out. You don't want to be freaked out, and if you give off that presence, then it tends to assimilate into others, and whether it be in a classroom coaching or just training, I kind of just want to have that calm presence and have athletes understand that I have everything under control and that we're doing everything for a specific reason. So, what components of your personality do you find to change according to a particular circumstance? Um, I think just obviously the pressure to perform. You know, you kind of get when there's pressure. Pressure kind of leads me to get disorganized and all over the place. that's not necessarily the case in a sporting manner, but I definitely think, when finals week comes about for these classes, I have paper scattered all over the place just to get things done. But, um, it does get done, and I think it does get done at a high level, but just the disorganization that, that pressure kind of puts upon me is something that I find change in, that particular circumstance. So, looking to improve on that, and you know yeah. So what are your thoughts when you consider that God gives you the strength to do all things? I agree. I think God puts us through so many different tests, challenges, opportunities to prepare us for our purpose in life. And even when we feel like we can't do something, just turning our trust over to him will definitely get us through. And uh, you know I've found just not to question, the challenges that he puts us through, and just understand that everything happens for a reason, and that it'll all be all right in the end. Do you agree that having confidence, not in yourself, will actually give you freedom and peace? Yes, I actually really like this question because I believe, now thinking about it, being in a psychology environment, I think confidence and pressure are self-created stressors. And knowing that God has confidence in us, and knowing that he can give us enough strength to get through pressure or situations, or anything like that, is really a release, or it gives me a peace of mind, knowing that all these things that I'm doing are self-created. So um, no one's really gonna affect the judgment of me other than God. So once again, I think just not putting so much pressure and so much um, self confidence in yourself, knowing that God accepts us for who we are, is something that can really help us find that peace of mind. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week.